Are you suffering from estrogen dominant symptoms like PMS, heavy periods, an irregular menstrual cycle, weight gain, bloating, mood swings? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can lower estrogen and beat these estrogen dominant symptoms. So let's jump straight into the video. So let me begin this video by just saying estrogen isn't a bad hormone. The problem is when we get these estrogen dominant symptoms because estrogen is left unopposed by a large concentration of progesterone. See, in order to not experience these symptoms, you need to have a healthy balance of both estrogen and progesterone. Now you might be wondering, well, Despina, I did a hormone test and checked my estrogen levels and they were normal. So why do I experience these estrogen dominant symptoms? Well, here's the thing. Now, if you're experiencing estrogen dominant symptoms, but you did a blood test and it shows that you have low or normal estrogen levels, this means that the estrogen is stuck inside the cells, and there's not enough progesterone to pull it out of the cell to be sent to the liver to be eliminated and detoxified. So a low ratio of progesterone to estrogen is still considered estrogen dominance, even if your estrogen levels are normal. We have to look at that ratio of progesterone to estrogen. Now, estrogen dominance can occur for various reasons, including low thyroid, if you're on the birth control pill, being exposed to xenoestrogens, which can be found in daily products, including your water bottles, which contain BPA, makeup products, your lotions and creams. Over-exercising can cause an increase in estrogen. Poor liver function, as I'll be breaking down, you need a healthy functioning liver to be able to detoxify estrogen, otherwise it'll be recirculating into the body. Having excess fat on the body can also increase estrogen levels, just because as we gain more fat, these fat cells can also release estrogen. Consuming polyunsaturated fats, but polyunsaturated fats are pro-estrogenic. And lastly, another common cause for high estrogen levels is chronic stress. Now, it's important to address the progesterone to estrogen ratio. This is because the effects that prolonged or high estrogen can have on the body and on our health can be detrimental. Research shows that estrogen can steal oxygen from the mitochondria, shifting patterns of growth and adaptation. Estrogen can interfere with oxidative metabolism, create the formation of lipofuscin, cause the retention of iron, create the production of free radicals. It can also increase autoimmunity and atrophy of the thymus, can cause elevated prolactin, atrophy of the skin. It can increase tendency toward edema. Estrogen can lead to an increased tendency of blood clots and also an increased risk of certain cancers, and can cause conditions like PCOS. Because here's the thing, estrogen irritates the adrenals, causing them to pump out DHEA. Because researchers have found that estrogen mimics the shock phase of the stress response. So the common PCOS symptoms like acne, like hirsutism, are due to the conversion of DHEA, to DHT, and keep in mind that DHT is upregulated due to stress. Tip is to nourish your body with enough calories and enough protein, specifically anti-inflammatory amino acids. So current lunch is 2 fried eggs cooked in coconut oil, as I showed, some mushrooms here which are great for removing endotoxins and estrogen from the intestine. This red thing right here, I know it looks like beetroot,
but it's not. It's actually the gummies made from, which I used, frozen dark cherries, and the gelatin. We have some sourdough bread.
A very common cause of estrogen excess is protein deficiency. See, the liver simply cannot detoxify estrogen if you're not consuming enough protein and it's undernourished. So you have to make sure that there's enough energy, number one, so you're consuming enough calories, number one, for the liver to do its 500 plus functions, which includes detoxification. So here's the thing, estrogen receptors in the liver are under the control of dietary amino acids. These are the building blocks of proteins. So the liver needs an abundance of protein, amino acids, and anti-inflammatory amino acids to help detoxify hormones like your estrogen out of the body. So you want to be consuming around 70 to 100 grams of protein per day. So you also want to be consuming easy to digest carbohydrates, your simple sugars like your fruit, your starchy vegetables like potatoes, butternut squash, as well as dairy products, if tolerated. Another great way to help with the removal of estrogen from the body is a raw carrot salad. Now, if you saw, I shredded lengthwise carrots, added a teaspoon of coconut oil and a pinch of salt. Something to be eating on a daily basis. And the reason why, and I've spoken about this before in my PCOS weight loss foods, click the card here to check it out. I talk about 10 different foods that you should be consuming to help with hormonal balance. But great thing about carrots is that they have a unique fiber that binds to endotoxins and estrogens and helps to protect the intestine. So these unique fibers go through your intestine and they kind of like attach and bind themselves to all these estrogens and take them out to the liver to be detoxified, which is awesome. So definitely start adding yourself in some raw carrot salad. Another tip is you want to swap or avoid those polyunsaturated fats, your vegetable oils like sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, canola oil, for your saturated fats. Now, I know you're thinking, well, saturated fats, but I have spoken about this in my PCOS weight loss, foods for PCOS weight loss. Again, card is here or in the description box down below, but saturated fats are not bad. So you want to swap your polyunsaturated fats for your saturated fats like coconut oil, because coconut oil is more stable when exposed to heat and light, whereas this is the opposite for PUFAs. But also polyunsaturated fats have been shown to be pro-estrogenic. So if you're trying to reduce your estrogen, then avoiding foods that are very pro-estrogen is a great place to start. I also supplement with vitamin E. This is because it can help counter the effects of polyunsaturated fats and protecting the body from them. So I'll include the specific brand supplement that I use for vitamin E in the description box down below, so you can check it out. Also, support ovulation to make progesterone. So here's the thing, progesterone is anti-estrogenic and it's also pro-thyroid. So supporting ovulation will help keep estrogen levels under control and help them be detoxified. To help with ovulation and to help with progesterone production, we need to be getting adequate amounts of cholesterol to be creating steroid hormones. We need to be getting vitamin A, vitamin B6, good amounts of light, so sunlight is key, copper, as well as vitamin E. Another tip to help lower estrogen dominant symptoms and lower your estrogen levels is to reduce your chemical exposure to these, estrogen, to these synthetic hormones. So if you're on the birth control pill, discuss with your doctor how to work about supporting hormonal balance, and swap out personal care products like your creams or your makeup for non-toxic brands. And there's plenty of them out there. I'll try and include a link in the description box for you to check out. And another thing is working towards fat loss to reduce the amount of fat cells we have that can be releasing estrogen. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope it helped. I hope you gained an insight into how to beat your estrogen dominant symptoms, how to lower estrogen levels. And if you enjoyed it, if it gave you some value, please give it a like, share it, comment, and subscribe for plenty more videos.